Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tan. Today we're going to take a gander at the ORION Pro. Is it a good machine? Is it a bad machine? These are things you want to know. Let's talk about it. I want to start off this video by saying thank you Wormhole for sending this machine over for review. This is not a paid review, so my opinions and comments are my own. Wormhole gave me a time frame of 2 weeks to make this video. I took it upon myself to break that agreement so that I can give you guys a full review. Wormhole, I am pretty sure you will never send a machine my way after this review, but I do hope that you understand that these are my experiences with the machine that you guys sent. This channel doesn't focus on good comments for free machines. Wormhole, welcome to a channel that speaks with honesty. I will mention that Wormhole did send a box of tattoo cartridges. These are pretty good cartridges. More about it later in the video. If after you watch this video you decide to buy this machine, links will be in the description. To give you guys a little bit of lore on Wormhole, I'm sure plenty of you know about Wormhole, but in case you don't, it's based out of China, and it is a company that was funded in 2016. Wormhole has a clear mission: quality tattoo products, taking advantage of cost-effective methods and protocols to bring you quality products at great prices. Safety is number one with Wormhole because we all like safety. Wormhole provides innovative and reliable products worldwide. They have warehouses in Asia and all across America. Wormhole is committed to helping every single artist, both professional and beginner. Wormhole has tattoo inks. Practice tattoo inks. Wormhole does claim their inks are suitable for human skin and other purposes. I did ask for a compliance sheet, and these are the documents they sent via WhatsApp. I looked all over their website and I couldn't find these documents. Wormhole put these documents on your website. These documents should be available to every and any artist that decides to look into your inks. The inks included in their kits is designed especially for synthetic skin, because that ink is designed to be temporary and not permanent. They actually specify this on the official Wormhole website. Please do not tattoo on human skin if you are not a professional tattoo artist. You may hurt yourself. If you still want to tattoo on real skin, you had better buy professional tattoo ink, which can stick to the skin better than the ones in the kits. I personally think this is great. A beginner can simply buy one of these kits, go to town on these fake skins, and not break the bank. Because we all know how expensive a good set of inks really is.
How do you sleep at night?
I have never personally tried Wormhole inks, and I'm not an artist on fake skin, so I don't know how good it is. Honestly, I don't even know why it was mentioned in the conversation, but hey, it is what it is. Wormhole, if you want me to test your inks, go ahead and send it. I don't plan on tattooing fake skin, so, there's no point in me buying it. But if I come across someone who is trying to get into tattooing and is practicing on fake skin, I will more than likely recommend your inks. But enough about Wormhole. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. The ORION Pro. Look at this box, guys. This is a high quality box. We get the brand name Wormhole, product name ORION wireless tattoo pen, warranty 12 months. Anytime I see a warranty on one of these machines, a huge weight is just lifted off my shoulders, because it means that there's some kind of reassurance in their product. If it fails, you're backed up. The box also includes the specs: ORION wireless tattoo pen ×1, Type-C charging cable ×1. We get the website, contact info, and this QR code for their WhatsApp. Wormhole Trading Limited, made in China. So yes, this machine is amazing. This is a hard-hitting machine. This machine hits harder than the Fold Pro, the Mars U, the Flip Pro. Yes, the Flip Pro. How? I don't know. It just does. Might be the programming on the cordless motor that it's running. I'm happy to say that this machine and the Flip Pro are the only two machines that have not dropped the cam on me yet. All you need to take this machine apart is 2 tools, 1.5 hex and Phillips 00. Sterilization of this machine and maintenance of this machine is super simple. Simply remove this one screw located below the grip. One screw, that is all. Take this screw off and like magic. And just like that, we now have a halfway disassembled ORION Pro. It's ready for maintenance, it's ready for whatever you need to do to it. Great job, Wormhole. But the fun isn't over yet. To remove the transmission, simply take off this Phillips screw. It's got two of them, one on each side. Take both of these screws off and bam! Just like that, the transmission comes off. If you're a new tattoo artist, this is a kit that you might or might not want to look into because it is aggressively priced. Cheap 99. Remember this. Let's do a quick unboxing. We get this really well done user manual. Very, very detailed stuff. We get this very nice and soft travel case that holds our tattoo equipment. Very nice. Thank you, Wormhole. Here it is. This Type-C cable has a strange stain on it, if I'm being honest with you guys. Let me see, hopefully the camera can focus. But you guys see that? That is some funky stuff. It doesn't come off. It's like the metal is damaged or something. So I haven't used it. And lastly, we have the star of today's film, the ORION Pro. Bam. That's pretty much it. This machine is served in two colors, turquoise and gray. We also get two bundle options, super basic like mine, and Pro version, which is two batteries, RCA adapter, RCA cable, Type-C charging cable, carrying case, booklet. Unfortunately, my channel is not big enough to receive a full kit. Add to the fact that I didn't know there was two kits, or I would have paid extra before they sent the machine. Now, you're going to hear me say this a lot. If you decide to buy this kit, I cannot stress it enough, buy the dual battery combo, and you'll see why in the video. The machine weighs 204 grams with the battery. The ORION Pro stands tall at 5 inches with the battery. I don't know how tall it is with the RCA adapter. I don't know how much it weighs with the RCA adapter. This review kind of feels incomplete, doesn't it? I don't have a full kit to like really speak about it. Wormhole, for future references, if you guys decide to send a machine my way again, I doubt it, but if you guys do, send a full kit. If you guys can't afford to send a full kit, notify me and I'll pay for the full kit. That simple. To remove the battery, simply pull off. Now, this machine has these little indents on the side of the battery. Those aren't just for looks, no. They are so that you can adjust your stroke and grab the battery and pull it apart. Because if these little grooves weren't in there, your fingers would slip right off this battery. It takes a significant amount of strength to remove this battery. The machine is made out of aluminum. To turn this machine on and off, press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. We get a timer, we get voltage control, and the battery icon. To reset the timer, simply double click the power button. Voltage goes up by 0.1 and goes down by 0.1. Press and hold to adjust faster. We get a pause and continue feature. The lowest operating voltage is 4 volts and the highest is 12. This machine has an automatic dimmer on it. So after 10 seconds of inactivity, the screen intensity goes down. This machine also has an auto off feature. After 5 minutes of inactivity, the machine will shut off, according to Wormhole, not mine. Mine simply shuts off randomly while it's running. You can see that we hit the 4-minute mark and the machine just decides to randomly shut off. And I recorded this a second time. Only this time it shut off at the 23-minute mark. Very strange stuff. So yes, random shutoffs are a pain in the ass. The ORION Pro has a feature that can detect loads. If you pull the battery off the machine and you put it back on, Jumpstart will enable once more. This machine has a flipping display. Simply press both voltage buttons at the same time to flip the screen. This machine has both for left-handed and right-handed users. Pretty cool. We get a 1500 milliampere battery. According to Wormhole, this battery takes 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100. My battery took around an hour. Wormhole claims that you can use the machine for 5 hours on their official website. I told Wormhole that all I got was 4 hours via WhatsApp. Hello, I finally used the machine, but the battery doesn't last long. It lasted about 4 hours and then I had to charge it. I had to finish the session with a different machine. Wormhole replied with,
"Hey Tan, what voltage did you use? It typically lasts about 4 to 6 hours.
I was running at 7 to 8 volts. I think you guys should definitely put together a dual battery bundle because 4 hours isn't even half a day."
Yeah, we take it into consideration, so we do have packages with additional battery. 2 packages meet different needs.
This conversation took place 3 days after I received the machine. Storytime, kids. I received the machine, I unboxed the machine, and turned it on. I can't remember too well. I think it was 2 bars of battery on it, so I slapped it on the charger. I went to my kitchen, I put a corn dog in the toaster oven, I set it on air fry, I opened a Dr. Pepper, poured it in a cup, walked back to my desk, and the machine was at 3 bars. So then I figured the battery is probably fully charged and it's just cold, so it's reading this way. So I went back to the kitchen, grabbed my corn dog, waited till it cooled down for a little bit, then devoured that shit. Came back to my desk and guess what? The battery was full. It's cold in California right now, so I figured, you know what? Yeah, the battery's just cold and it just needed a quick top off. Boy, was I wrong. I got about 4 hours the first session. That was the beginning of the end for this battery. I went and did a second tattoo. This time the machine started shutting off randomly. Every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 40 minutes. Add to the fact that the battery kept dying as well. I did this 5-hour tattoo that in all honesty should have been about an hour. I set up a different machine and I finished it with that machine. Imagine using a machine that keeps shutting off on you while it's running. Do you know how fucking mad I got at this machine? When the machine shut off for the first time, I got hit with that PTSD. I'm sitting here wondering, did my machine fail? Add to the fact that this client was one of those clients that simply can't stop looking at you work. He's looking at every single stroke, every single thing you're doing. So I'm pretty sure he's wondering what the fuck is going on. I look at him because I know he's looking at me, and sure enough, he's looking at me dead in my face. He immediately looks away and looks at his buddy. And let me tell you about his buddy. His buddy looks like he's about that life.
You fuck with my familia, eh? You gotta answer to me here and now. Come on, toe to toe.
His buddy gets up and starts walking towards us. So now I have 2 cats that look like they're about that life hovering over my shoulders while I'm holding this machine that's off in my hand. The last thing I want to do is throw hands with these guys because the last time I threw hands was in my 20s. I'm in my 40s. These guys look like they throw hands for breakfast. I've got busted knees and a broke back. Trust me, I didn't get it because I decided to go on some hike with a good friend of mine. One day I'm walking to school.
I'm terribly sorry to inconvenience you, sir, but I'm going to have to put this on you.
Next thing I know, I'm in some cartel-infested mountain in Mexico making bricks. Let's just say Mexico doesn't care about child labor laws. High-quality products. So if we think about it, I really only did 1 tattoo with this machine. 4 hours. I did more tattoos with it, but we'll get into that a little later in the video. The ORION Pro is made out of aluminum. It also has a ratchet grip. This is a really nice ratchet grip because the ORION Pro offers 2 bump stops for every 1 bump stop on most budget tattoo machines. It's hard to explain it, so let me just show you. Let's pretend most budget tattoo machines are the first set of clicks that you're about to hear. And now you're about to hear the ORION Pro. I personally like this, but I can see why other people might not like it. I loaned this to my buddy and he said that he felt like he was adjusting for days without any progress, which is true. Most other machines, 5 or 6 clicks, you have the desired needle hang that you're looking for, versus with the ORION Pro, you're adjusting for what seems like forever. But other machines aren't going to give you that 0.5 millimeter. We get 7 stroke options: 4.2, 3.9, 3.6, 3.3, 3.0, 2.7, and 2.4. This machine has a short circuit indicator that I feel I should have encountered by now. According to Wormhole, if you get the short circuit indicator, it means the machine has detected a short. No, you don't say. Wormhole recommends that you test the battery on a different Orion Pro to see if the problem persists. So let me get this straight. I have to buy a second Orion Pro to test my first Orion Pro. Okay. I know some of you are going to say something like, well, just use the voltmeter. Cool. But I'm not trying to do math, so I'm good on that option. Well, folks, I have to say that Dragonhawk came through for me one more time. Shout out to Masked Crystal, because the Fold Pro and the Orion Pro actually share parts, like the battery. So here I go to turn on the Fold Pro battery, but notice how the Orion Pro battery is already on. I press it just to get the intensity to come back onto the battery, but notice how it shuts off. That's because this machine or this battery is failing. I take it off screen and I try to press all the buttons really fast, and I finally get it to start for this little clip that I shot here. Pain in the ass. So I tested the Orion Pro battery on the Fold Pro machine, and guess what? It did the same thing. It kept shutting off with no short circuit code.
Hey, we know our machines are going to fail, so we put a fail message on the machine so you don't waste time. And you can just go ahead and buy a second Orion Pro to troubleshoot your first Orion Pro.
Do you guys know what this whole situation with the error message and solution by Wormhole seems to me? A way to get you, the consumer, to buy a second Orion Pro. Tell me I'm wrong. Now, remember I said buy the dual battery combo? Well, if you buy the dual battery combo, it'll be a lot easier to isolate the problem, because if only one battery reads short or short circuit, it's a pretty good chance it's your battery. But if both batteries read short circuit, then it's a pretty good chance it's your motor. You're still pretty screwed in either situation, but if it's just one battery failing, then the blow isn't so hard. You can keep tattooing. But if you get the single battery combo, guess what, bucko? You're f***ed. Unless you have a Fold Pro lying around like I did, you're pretty much getting shafted. Now, if you get what I get and you get the same problems I'm getting, like no short circuit or no error code and the battery is still failing, ooh. Wormhole, let me tell you why this whole short code or error code thing is a huge waste of time for the consumer. I can see why you guys would benefit from it, but not the consumer. If my battery or motor fail on my wireless tattoo machine, guess what? I'm gonna buy another one. The only thing I'm seeing from this short message thing is that it almost guides the consumer into just buying a second Orion Pro. It's a bit misleading for the consumer, because you get this error code and you're like, well, I wonder what's wrong. And the only way to test it is to buy a second Orion Pro. You see what I mean? I have to say this. Wormhole wanted a review in 2 weeks. I'm not a marketing guru, and I understand that you guys said that 2 weeks would fall in line with your marketing efforts. The machine had been out for about a month. You guys dropped this machine on October 5th. I've seen some other YouTubers make reviews as early as October 20-something. How are these YouTubers making reviews in literally days? Let's do the math here. It takes about 2 weeks to receive the machine, right? And we know the machine dropped here, October 5th. And 2 weeks shipping, right? In my case, 3 days of communication back and forth, working the contract out, blah, blah, blah. So that would put us on the 8th, right? So the package is shipped out on the 9th. We have to count 14 days from the 9th. Let's do that. If the package is delivered on time, that would mean that it would arrive on the 23rd. That gives them 5 days for a review. How does that work? How is 5 days enough time to test endurance on a machine? How? I mean, designing, let's say they just download some Google image, right? They still have to tattoo it. They still have to write a script for the review. Are they not tattooing? Is nothing else happening during that week that they've got nothing to do except all the time in the world to just sit down and edit a video for 8 hours a day? How does that work? That means that these people received the machine, used the machine one time, and made a video, because it takes about a week to edit a video. A very quick, fast video. Unless they have absolutely nothing going on throughout the week, then they can edit a video in about 2 or 3 days. But if they have other things to do, like tattooing or designing, then how are you making a video in under a week? How? Wormhole, I do apologize, but I like making real reviews, not fake good comments for a new machine review. That's not what I do here. Imagine a beginner with very little money buys this machine. 2 weeks later, it fails. That's a slap in the face. Now, if there's a solid Wormhole tattoo machine that you can recommend, drop its name down in the comments. I see other YouTube channels talking really good about this machine. I'm not going to call them by their names, and I won't call them liars, because I do understand that my machine was probably defective. This is why I like to test my machines with more than one tattoo, because if I do one tattoo and then make a review based on that one tattoo, is that a real review? I don't think so, because let's be honest, any homemade tattoo machine will last more than one tattoo. Storytime, kids. I have a buddy whose older brother landed in jail, big time. His brother says he made a tattoo machine with a CD player. He said he did tattoos on entire backs, chests, legs, the whole 9 yards. 4 years, that was his workhorse. I do feel I have a responsibility to you guys, and that's to be honest, because $150 might not be much for some, but for others it means they have to save their money. I mean, imagine one of your family members buys you a tattoo machine as a gift, right? And they hop on YouTube and they come across one of these lying assholes.
This is the best tattoo machine. Best. This is a high endurance machine. This machine will last. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a liar. Blah, 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 blah.
Let's go over the obvious. The Fold Pro and the ORION Pro are very similar. But how similar? Well, we know the batteries are interchangeable. I will say the grips are not interchangeable. The transmission housing or the body of the machine are interchangeable. So we can see this 2 ways. They are replicas with a slight tweak in the formula, or if you already have one, buying the other one means that you're simply buying a machine you already know how to use that comes with interchangeable parts. That's me being kind. Remember I said I used the ORION Pro for one tattoo only? Sort of. That's because 95% of the time that I tested this machine, I used it with the Fold Pro battery. Both batteries are 1500 milliamperes. Only one battery lasts more than 6 hours. You can take a guess on which one. Another reason why you want the dual battery bundle, because the 1500 milliampere batteries on the ORION Pro do not last. 4 to 6 hours is not a very long time, if I'm being honest. The Mars U can confidently sell a single battery bundle because they know the battery is going to last easily. Same thing goes for the Fold Pro. This machine can last. And the Flip Pro, Jesus, this machine outlasts any of these machines in battery life. Where this machine stands out is how hard it hits. It's that simple. I don't want to take a shit on Wormhole completely, but I feel like I have to get this off my chest. I feel like you guys need to know this. Really think about it. 3 weeks later, only one tattoo later, 4 hours for that one tattoo, and then the battery failed. Imagine I didn't have the Fold Pro. That means that I would have received the machine. 3 days later, I would have used the machine for 4 hours. 4 days later, I would have made a review, and after those 4 days, that machine would be in the trash. 4 days, that machine would be in the trash. Think about that. Again, I don't want to shit on Wormhole completely. The programming that they put on this machine is more aggressive than the other machines. It is the hardest hitting of the 4 machines that I have with adjustable stroke on a swash cam system. It hits harder than the X7, and the X7 is a direct drive machine. But then again, the X7 is a very soft hitting machine. Let's talk a little bit about the cartridges. Ink flow is amazing on these cartridges. I used 5 of them, mostly on other machines. The longest session I did with one of these cartridges was 6 hours. The cartridge lasted the entirety of the 6 hours. Pretty good stuff. Every single tattoo I've done with those cartridges, the cartridges last the entirety of the tattoo. Great job, Wormhole. These are high quality cartridges. If you're in the market for 1207 round liners, give the Icarus by Wormhole a shot. Super good stuff. What do I think about this machine? Well, I like it.
You're gonna have to repeat that.
I really do like it. And once again, if you decide to pick it up, pick up the dual battery bundle. If you don't have the money for that one, skip it altogether, because there's a chance that it might be bad, like mine. But if you have the Fold Pro just laying around with a broken cam on it, go ahead and pick up the ORION Pro. You're gonna like it. And the battery on the Fold Pro means that you're gonna have a really long lasting battery life on a very hard-hitting machine. Again, I'm sad to say it, Wormhole, but this is how I have to use the machine. This is the way I've had to use the machine in order to get this review, in order to give you a good review, a full review. Yes, the machine can line, the machine can color pack, the machine can shade. This grip is amazing. Yes, you can adjust the stroke by turning on the battery. Great job. So can I recommend this machine? Yes, if you pick up the dual battery bundle, absolutely. Once again, this machine hits hard for a swash cam machine. 7 strokes, lines, shading, color, it can do it all. This is my go-to for color packing and tattooing the skin of a woman. It's that simple. So if you decide to pick up this great versatile machine, pick up the dual battery bundle. If you can't afford that, I would personally pass on it entirely, unless you want to take a chance with their 1-year warranty. I can't speak on that. Well guys, that's it for the review. If you guys like the video, hit a like. If you guys dislike the video, hit a dislike. Questions in the comments? Put it in the comments. Once again, YouTube, my name is Tan. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.
You're gonna have to repeat that.